Hello, my name is Andre Bordonado, and this is my video presentation number 2 for #CM320 class at West Oahu. First, I'll be introducing the video presentation. It is on the 3 elements of sharing, which is social currency, triggers, and emotions. Social currency. What is it? Social currency is the social value of a concept in society. Its value is determined by the people. The more we share and interact with an idea, the greater it will grow. A good example of this is the cardboard VR headset, which came from VR technologies being too expensive for people to afford. They could use it at game cons and tech conventions, but they would have to wait for scheduled events, wait in long lines. The whole thing was just a pain. So in response to this, content creators on YouTube started to create videos where people could create their own VR headsets with their phone and a piece of cardboard, some hot glue, and lenses. By doing this, they expanded the VR community. Lots of people could now enjoy the technology from their home. They had a fun DIY project and they were able to interact with the community. Say they had questions about how to create something or put something together. Moving forward, I want to talk about something I read in our book. John Berger once said, "As many observers have commented, today's social network addicted people can't seem to stop sharing what they think, like, and want with everyone all the time." And I think this comes with being human. We like to share ideas, concepts, and projects with each other. Communities will happen naturally. That is just what we do. Next, I want to talk about triggers. What are triggers? Triggers are memorable context-dependent concepts that get discussed by people every day. So it's something that you could think of, something that you saw on Amazon. Maybe you saw a cool house slipper. That would be something that would trigger into your memory while you're talking to someone at the bar. So a good example of this would be Britney Spears' Pepsi campaign, which was a Super Bowl ad that aired around 2006 or 2008. Most of the people who would have seen this ad would be watching the Super Bowl with their family or friends. And the importance of this trigger and the importance of this memory happening was it caused people to start associating Britney Spears with football with Britney Spears with Pepsi, football with Pepsi. So these ads were created by companies like Pepsi, and they were very misogynistic at the time. They were selling Britney Spears' likeness, her body, her prettiness, in order for people to trigger Pepsi every time they heard her song, every time a football play would be played. Jonah Berger says, "Our goal isn't necessarily to prove that we are interesting, funny, or intelligent. We just want to say something to keep the conversation going," which is great. I always think about when you're in a conversation with someone new and you really don't have much to talk about, and the last thing that either one of you want is that uncomfortable silence to happen. And a lot of the times, the reasons why we have these triggers is because we're looking for that something to keep the conversation going. So, I just saw this funny golden retriever video. I'm gonna share it with this new friend that I made so that I have something interesting to talk about. Maybe he'll have something in response. That's all we want from our conversations, and they happen daily. Moving forward, I want to talk about emotions. A good example of this is lion whisperer Kevin Richardson. He is a conservationist who runs his own sanctuary in South Africa. He talks a lot about the importance of making these animals safe. They're not born in wild, they're born in captivity most of the time, or they're captured by hunters. And he created this sanctuary so that he could keep these endangered animals safe from game hunters and poachers, so they couldn't collect their pelts or trophies. He shared the challenges that they endured and the pain that he went through when he felt like he couldn't afford to run the sanctuary anymore. He cried at one point of the video. At the very end of the video, he had a call to action. He had a dream and an ambition to make the sanctuary function fully so that he could take care of these animals and much more, and expand and just conserve these animals who are being hunted to extinction. He called this action so that he could get some donations from people watching his videos, and with the emotions that people felt from his videos, it made them want to give more. Why is that? It's because we have a thirst for positive change as human beings that's in our core. We get empowerment from making a good difference in something, and this enables us to do so, and we don't really have to put much work to achieve it. Jonah Berger once said, "Emotion sharing is thus a bit like social glue, maintaining and strengthening relationships. Even if we're not in the same place, the fact that we both feel the same way bonds us together." So a lot of these communities came together and they started to also volunteer at his sanctuary. They had this social glue, this same ideal that they wanted to save these lions, they wanted to save these hyenas and other endangered animals at the sanctuary. And because of this, his conservation, his sanctuary, it grew to astronomical levels. People still support him to this day. So in summary, I talked about social currency, triggers, and emotions. All of these are very important to our social media lifestyle. It's just accelerated. One of my professors years ago once said that we're given these tools naturally. We use them every day. We talk to each other. We sometimes share advertisements unwillingly. We don't even know it. And we take these ideas and it's almost like a power tool when it's in the hands of technology with internet. All of this information is spread very fast. And that's pretty much my last point. Thank you very much for watching this video. It went a little bit over time, but that's okay. Once again, my name is Andrea Bordonado. You can hit me up at HeyVidDreamer on Twitter. Please subscribe, like my video, and thank you very much. Have a great night.